Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will look at some great Kickstarter projects. Without further ado, let's start with our first Kickstarter project is NLab, a pocket-sized electronics lab that packs an oscilloscope, function generator, and power supply into a single device. The device fits directly onto a breadboard and is powered through USB-C. Once you've built a circuit on your breadboard, you don't have to connect 3 different pieces of bulky lab equipment just to power and test it. For power, NLab provides 5-volt supplies with up to 200 milliamperes of current. Then you have a 4-channel analog oscilloscope with a sampling rate of up to 4 million samples per second, and there's also a built-in function generator that can generate 2 sine or triangular waveforms along with 2 PWM signals. It also has built-in overcurrent protection that automatically disables the power output if your circuit draws too much current. But NLab isn't being offered just as a standalone lab tool. There's also a complete learning kit that includes more than 200 electronic components, guided projects, free video tutorials, and an app. This app turns your laptop into the visual interface for NLab, where you can view the oscilloscope waveforms while working on your circuit. The Kickstarter campaign itself has received a huge response, raising over $230,000 from 1,266 backers against an original goal of just $25,000. Prototyping a simple electronics project can sometimes involve more setup than the project itself. You start with a microcontroller, then add a display, sensors, and a bunch of wires before you can even begin working on the actual idea. That was the problem the team behind Kode wanted to solve. They built a pocket-sized open-source development device that brings many of those components together in one platform. The idea was loved by the community so much that it raised $3 million against a $5,000 goal, with an impressive 16,173 backers. At its core is an ESP32 paired with a 2.13-inch touchscreen, 16 input-output pins, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, microphone, speaker, microSD slot, and battery management. Then there's Kode OS, which changes how you work with the device. Instead of reflashing the ESP every time you want to switch projects, you can compile an Arduino or ESP-IDF project, copy the binary to the microSD card, and launch it as an app. Multiple projects can therefore live on the same device and be switched between from the launcher. That opens it up to projects such as portable sensor interfaces, decibel meters, and games, while the exposed pins still lets you connect external sensors and hardware when required. PV Pi is a solar power hat designed to run a Raspberry Pi or other 5-volt single-board computer, off-grid. It connects directly to the SBC, a solar panel, and a 12-volt battery, and uses a true MPPT solar charger capable of delivering up to 10 amps to the battery. The main advantage here is charging speed. A Raspberry Pi running at around 5 watts continuously would consume about 120 watt-hours in a day, so the battery needs to recover that energy during the available sunlight. PV Pi can deliver up to 100 watts from a 120-watt solar panel under suitable conditions, meaning a day's worth of energy can theoretically be recovered in a little over an hour of good sunlight. Its MPPT controller continuously finds the panel's maximum power point, supporting solar panels with an MPP voltage between 8 and 55 volts. It can monitor battery voltage and charging current, and its onboard MCU can shut the Pi down during periods of inactivity to save energy. Communication between the Pi and PV Pi is handled over UART rather than I2C, so the software isn't tied to Raspberry Pi-specific libraries. The Kickstarter campaign has raised over $48,000 Australian dollars against an $12,000 Australian dollars goal, with support from 300 backers. Before we move forward, a word from our sponsor. If you're working on electronics projects, you know how important it is to have an ECAD environment that keeps your designs organized and reliable. A good workflow should offer clear version control, rule-based checks, real-time collaboration, and visibility into component availability so you can move from concept to a manufacturable board with fewer mistakes. That's the approach Altium focuses on, helping engineers maintain consistency and manage their projects more efficiently. And for students who want to learn these skills early, there's Altium Student Lab. It's a free learning program that introduces professional design workflows through guided lessons, a cloud workspace, collaboration tools, and certification. To get more details, visit the link in the description. NeuroN6 is an Arduino-compatible Edge AI development board built around STM32 microcontroller. And what makes this board interesting is that it brings a dedicated neural processing unit to a microcontroller, allowing you to run AI models directly on the hardware instead of sending the data to the cloud. This microcontroller combines an ARM Cortex CPU and NeuralArt NPU running at 1 GHz. This gives the board enough processing power to perform machine learning inference in milliseconds while still operating in the milliwatt range. It also has an image signal processor supporting cameras up to 5 megapixels, along with hardware for video encoding. The Neochrome GPU handles operations such as image scaling, rotation, and blending. NeuroN6 is being built around the Arduino ecosystem, so you can write the application in Arduino rather than dealing with a completely different AI development workflow. The team is also developing support for deploying your own custom models. For development and debugging, NeuroStudio lets you view the live camera feed and AI inference results directly on your computer over USB, along with other metrics. The Kickstarter campaign has raised £26,681 against a £5,000 goal, with 174 backers. Plantemoji is a smart plant monitoring device designed as a slim, stick-like sensor with a small emoji display at the top. It has two main sections. The lower section is inserted into the soil and contains the root-level sensing probe, which measures soil moisture directly around the roots and helps the system understand how much water the plant is actually receiving. The upper part remains above the soil line and houses the ambient sensors, including a light sensor and a temperature and humidity sensor, allowing the device to continuously measure environmental conditions such as illumination levels, air temperature, and relative humidity around the plant. The module is designed as a detachable magnetic unit, allowing it to be removed from the main sensor base and used independently. When detached, it can be placed closer to different plants or carried around the home for quick spot checks, while still syncing data back to the system when reattached. The system can identify your plant from a database of more than 1,000 species and compare its current environment with the conditions that species ideally needs. Based on this data, PlantTalk AI can generate a plant health score, growth trend, and specific care recommendations. It can also combine environmental data with image recognition to get a better picture of the plant's condition. The Kickstarter campaign has raised more than $65,000 against a $3,000 goal, with 442 backers. eSpin is a fully functional ESP32 C3 development board built into a fidget spinner. Now you might be thinking, why a fidget spinner? The idea was to build something that didn't look or feel like a typical development board. The spinner makes it more compact, tactile, and something you can actually play around with while experimenting. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, 12 exposed input-output pins, 8 addressable LEDs, an onboard lithium polymer battery, and USB-C for charging and programming. eSpin is actually made by combining two boards. The bottom board contains all the electronics that I have mentioned here. The top board is a ruler, and sandwiched between the two is a ball bearing. On the software side, eSpin works with Arduino IDE and Platform I/O, so if you've already worked with an ESP32, there's nothing new to learn. The project has raised €3,153, surpassing its €1,008 funding goal by more than 3 times, with support from 97 backers. M-Cube is a modular laser level designed to mount directly onto a wall or other smooth surface without a tripod. Once mounted, it works as a conventional cross-line laser level, projecting horizontal and vertical laser lines for aligning things like cabinets, shelves, tiles, or wall fixtures. The vacuum system uses an EPDM suction pad and continuously monitors the pressure. If it detects a small leak, the pump automatically turns back on to restore the suction. And if the pressure drops below the safety threshold, or the battery gets too low, it triggers an alarm so you can remove the device before it falls. It can be used for functions such as point-to-point measurement, center finding, and geometric calculations. The built-in angle sensor can measure the device's rotation with plus or minus 0.1 degrees accuracy. The system can also connect to the Mizor app over Bluetooth, allowing you to control the M-Cube remotely and view measurement data on your phone. This is particularly useful when the laser is mounted somewhere you can't easily reach. It weighs around 470 grams and has a 2600 mAh battery that provides up to 12 hours of continuous operation. It has raised over 3 million Hong Kong dollars against a 30,000 Hong Kong dollar goal, with support from 1,380 backers. A soldering iron, fume extractor, and a bunch of small tools. You probably have all of these scattered around your desk. MakeMate SolderBot takes most of that setup and puts it inside a compact, briefcase-style workstation. At the center is a soldering iron that heats to a working temperature in about 2 seconds. It comes with 4 interchangeable tips for different jobs, from standard circuit board joints to thicker wires and larger ground planes. Right next to the soldering area is a foldable fume extractor with a replaceable filter, which pulls solder fumes away while you work. There's also an adjustable 20 to 40 times magnifier and an integrated light for inspecting small components and solder joints. For holding the circuit boards, SolderBot uses magnetic clamps that can be positioned directly on the base of the workstation. The whole system runs through USB-C and has a built-in 2000 mAh battery, allowing you to work from a power bank or away from a wall outlet. The Kickstarter campaign raised $135,000 against a $500 goal, with support from 922 backers. MemoMind 1 is a pair of AI-powered display glasses that look much more like regular prescription glasses than a typical smart wearable. They weigh just 46.6 grams, and unlike most smart glasses, they have no camera. Instead, the glasses use a pair of micro LED projectors and binocular waveguides to place digital information directly in front of your eyes. The display provides 600 by 350 resolution per eye with up to 2000 nits of brightness, and you can adjust the virtual screen's perceived distance from about 1 to 5 meters. For audio, the glasses use open-ear stereo speakers, along with a microphone array for calls and voice commands. The AI features are built around that display. You can use it for real-time translation, turn-by-turn navigation, a hands-free teleprompter, and voice recording with automatic summaries. The glasses can also show live subtitles and notifications, while the companion app lets you customize the information and notifications that appear in your field of view. With all these features, it claims a battery life of up to 16 hours of mixed use. The Kickstarter campaign has already raised around 7 million Hong Kong dollars against an 80,000 Hong Kong dollar goal, with more than 1,800 backers. If you've made it till here, then drop a like and subscribe to our channel to keep supporting us. We will see you soon. Goodbye.